Hey there kids, Mr. Glenn here, hope you're well. Behind me you can see the platform called Sonic Pi. So what I'm going to do is just show you where code can go. Sonic Pi was invented by a man called Sam Aaron, who you will see dancing behind this code here. This code allows us to hear the music. As he changes the code inside, it changes the sounds, it changes the beats, and it tells the computer what it's got to do in time with each other. Whether you want melodies, beats, riffs, samples, all this tells us how long it's got to wait and what these loops do. The reason I'm telling you this is that in year 6, this is what we do. This is how we code. And we use this language because we break away from coding with blocks in Scratch. And these blocks give us these loops and sequences, and we can tell stories with them. We can make computer games, we can make presentations, simulations, all manner of things. And in here we can see Sam Aaron really enjoying what he invents. And this man goes around the world, from Oxford University, where he works as a professor, and he shows children how this works. It's a wonderful thing. So, what are we going to be doing today? Well, I'm going to bring the music down now, and I'm going to take us into our presentation. So, Tynker. Tynker is a website that will allow us to work at home and use a Scratch-like programming language so that we can make a wonderful story. So in here, we've got some steps we've got to go to, and I'm going to put this on screen so you can pause it and know exactly how you're going to get into Tynker today. So we're going to go to tynker.com. We're going to sign in with our email account. We're going to find our lessons. We're going to look for instructions, and then we're going to build with the code blocks that are there. So I'm going to go and just change your screen now and put a student version of Chrome up. You can work on an iPad. You can sign into Tynker with your email account in Chrome on your, or Safari on your iPad. So it'll work on an iPad as well. So don't worry about that. We're going to go to Tynker here, tynker.com. You can go the lazy route if you want to go the lazy route, and you can type in Tynker. And then you can see that I've done Tynker coding before, and you can find it there. Okay? So in here, we're going to go and sign in, and you are a student. And then in here, it says, or sign in with Google. Wait for the internet. It's a little bit slow today. And then when we're in Tynker, we get this thing called a dashboard. And in our dashboard, we can see my classes, we can see where I'm at, and you can see the things that have been recommended to us, because it's all based around learning through code, just like it is in Scratch. And you can see the classes that you're in, and you can see the things that you are coding in. So we're going to start on number 4. You can see that I have been experimenting with what I should see and what students should see in their accounts. We're going to do 4 and 5, which is storytelling and input events. So I'm going to go and start here. And you can see that I've been practicing as well. I'm 23% up there. And these little jumps here, these little pieces, they take us all the way through to the end. And they're very tiny things that happen inside the game. So I'm going to go and jump into one. I'm here. and I'm going to show you what the screen looks like, because there are lots of little things that are there that will probably catch you out. So let's go and have a look. Okay, here we are. So it looks very much like Scratch, except we have a tutorial on the left-hand side, and it shows us exactly what it is that we need to do. Ada meets Dr. Glitch. Ada meets Dr. Glitch for the first time. Program their interesting interaction, and this can be anything. In this project, you will use speech bubbles to script a conversation. Make Ada and Dr. Glitch wait for each other to respond. So Ada is going to say something, Dr. Glitch is going to wait. Ada will finish saying something, Dr. Glitch will then say something. So let's go next. Let's see what this looks like when we go next. So add the onStart event block to Ada's code. And we're in Ada's code here because it's all highlighted. This is Dr. Glitch's. We have a stage, which is the background, and you can change the stage however you like later on. So I'm going to show you that as well. So we pick up the blocks and we drag them in. And then we pick up these blocks and we drag those in as well. Inside here, you can say what it is that you want them to say. Hello, Dr. Glitch. What a spooky looking nebula there is outside. So that's going to take longer than, well, it might take 2 seconds. I can change that if it's much longer. And I can go and say something underneath. What do you think? And where? Oops. Whoops. Where are we going today? So that's about 4 seconds. Okay, so you can make it look like this, however you want. Now, when I click next, I'm now in Dr. Glitch. So we're going to go and say something back to Professor Ada. Yes, it is spooky. However, we must get to Argon 9 by noon. Okay, so he's going to wait for that. And then I hit next, and then I can go and play my code. So while this is happening, all those steps that we've been working on will have jumped ahead. Okay, so I can hit next. So now I can go and make them move. And then you will have noticed then as well that once I've dropped this in, I can bin it if I don't want it. So what I'm going to do is just put a 0.5 second wait in between each one. And then if I wanted them to say something, I can say something else. And I can get Ada to say something as well if she wants to, okay? If she wants to get the last word in, okay? So then you can make her wait and things like that. Okay, now you can go and try your code. Before we do this, we need to look around the page because there are things that we may miss out. I'm going to take my earphones off. There are things that we may miss out because they're quite small. So as we look around the page here, we can add an actor if we want to add an actor later on, and we can go and change where they are. Okay, so when I hit the stage at the top, I can go and change the stage and I get suggestions here. Okay, so I can go and add a picture. I can go and paint a scene if I want. I can go and add some different scenes if I want them to be somewhere else. For example, the conversation about Argon 9 doesn't fit, but when I go and play now, I can still go and test them within that setting, and I can go and get a practice as to what my story might be later on. Okay, you can see that the Doctor is moving slightly. I can hit stop, and I can also go full screen and move out of full screen in case you hit that and you wonder what's going on. So when I hit stop now, it doesn't bring me back to my code. And you may wonder where your code is, and your code is at the top. So I can bring my code back. However, you may have noticed now that my code is kind of disappeared. The tutorial has disappeared. But don't worry about that either, because you can still go and click in Ada. Her code is in Ada, and Dr. Glitches is there. But the tutorial is actually there, so your help is actually in the book at the top. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so now that is going to go and take us back to our dashboard. And now it's going to go and tell us whatever else we need to go and learn about. Okay, so I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to go to my Tynker here, back to my dashboard. And now I'm back in my dashboard. I can see where I'm up to, and you can see that I've done quite a lot already now in just those couple of minutes. Now I'm up to this one, which is having a go yourself. And there are little prompts still that ask you how to do things independently or ask you to do things independently. And in this one, Ada makes Dr. Glitch cry. So I'm going to leave it there and allow you to have a go yourselves. Go and see what it is you can make and see if you can create a wonderfully marvelous story in a very odd setting. Don't forget to try and change the speech bubbles, because you might not want them to speak all the time, and you may want them to think about something too. The speech bubbles will change. As always, Year 4, with these things, good luck.